It's a Northwest News Radio weekend. Now, back to IRG's Health Talk.
Our next guest, Ty Whitten from Super Jock and Jill. That's the place a lot of us go for great footwear that is fitted to our needs. And Ty knows what he's doing, doesn't he, Shannon?
Oh, absolutely, Tom. And the footwear has changed. Obviously, advancements in all equipment, but running shoes, the options. I mean, what you can get for your mechanics of your foot, the type of running you want to do. I mean, the advancements have come a long way, and Ty knows all about what you need.
All right, Shannon O'Kelly and Ty Whitten.
Ty, welcome to Health Talk. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks, Shannon. Thanks for having us back.
Yeah, thanks for coming back on. You know, here we are, kind of the new year, New Year's resolutions. People are committed to activity. And with spring fast approaching, and even through the winter months and summer months, you know, running shoes are so important. So we're going to talk about running shoes. But before we get to that topic that you have a ton of experience in, tell our listeners about your role at Super Jock and Jill, how long you've been there, kind of your interest, and maybe just talk about how running shoes, they really have evolved over the last, since Forrest Gump wore those ones, you know what I'm saying? So talk about kind of your role and your background, Ty.
Yeah, so much we could talk about. So, I mean, I grew up just running part of my life. Grew up in Spokane, where we had one of the biggest 12Ks basically in the country with about 40,000 people, and you know, did that from running in high school to running collegiately at the University of Washington for cross country and track. So I've seen all aspects of it, from those that are just going out there to just have a party and enjoy it, and you know, really a challenge to do maybe their first 12K, even if they're just walking, to the competitive side of things. So I kind of feel like I've seen so much and how much this joy this brings to people. And so as I kind of started my career years ago at Super Jock and Jill, kind of really was able to figure out kind of how the store and how shoes can play such a critical role in keeping people going with all the different goals that they have.
Yeah, you know, shoes are probably the most important piece of equipment that a runner can, you know, research and purchase. And Super Jock and Jill has always had that reputation in the Seattle market, you know, of a place to go. Your folks are so skilled and have so much knowledge. Let's talk about kind of the shoe and how it's evolved and why it is such an important piece of equipment. And, let's just kind of just give it a mic drop, so to speak, on just shoes, maybe the evolution, where they're at today, what are you seeing? Maybe just give us a background there.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, I guess starting 35 years ago or 40 years ago when we first had shoes on the wall, there was nothing to them. You know, there was these really lightweight, low profile. It was basically just a sheet of EVA rubber that wasn't really providing too much protection or support for the foot. And as the shoe industry evolved, we became much more concerned about, let's make sure we have more padding to the foot. Let's make sure that the foot is much more controlled and stable than maybe those shoes, as people are doing more and on their feet more. And that sort of evolved where we were structuring people too much. And so we've kind of seen this evolution now where we're really concerned about this balance of making sure that you get somebody in a shoe that feels nice. I mean, you want to be in a product that feels fun. Whatever sport you're doing, whether you're skiing or cycling or whatever, you want to be in a product that is comfortable and smooth and fun to use, combined with keeping you healthy. And so I think the product changes over these years to where we are right now. There have been so many evolutions of it with barefoot running and everything that we're in a spot right now that's kind of a culmination of all of that. And it's, you know, I think on your side of things as well, you see the evolution and how you're working with it with your customers to keep them healthy, and we're trying to find that product that matches with them as well. But kind of ever changing. I think we're in a nice sweet spot right now where we've got shoes that are not very heavy or clunky, but still provide a nice level of support for everyone. But it is such an individual sport that it takes the time to sit down and watch people move to make sure we're getting the right thing. It's hard to buy shoes online. It's hard to buy them based on reviews because everybody is so individually specific.
Ty, you mentioned the online presence of being able to purchase and buy shoes. Talk about the importance of being careful with that and having one of your people assess the mechanics or watching someone walk or run before they buy shoes.
It's really hard to tell, I think, what you need. You don't know what your gait looks like. You don't know if you pronate or supinate. There's so many things that are just hard to tell on your own. And so having somebody watch you, I mean, we'll watch you run, we'll watch you walk, you know, getting the best sense that we can in the time you're at the store, and then going off of your feel for it. But for us, the balance is so critical to injuries. And reviews on shoes are just so difficult because our feet are different. You might like a softer shoe, you might like a firmer shoe. So I think reviews are an important part of it, but just one aspect of it. What is under your foot is going to be critical in keeping you healthy.
More with Ty Whitten and Shannon O'Kelly next on Northwest News Radio.
It's a Northwest News Radio weekend. This is IRG's Health Talk. Back to Tom Hutler and Shannon O'Kelly.
We continue our conversation with Ty Whitten from Super Jock and Jill and Shannon O'Kelly.
Ty, again, thanks for joining us. It's really cool to talk to you. You have so much knowledge and so much experience. I like to get running again, right? So I come into your store. Talk us through that process from the assessment process, even injuries, and then how do we get started? I've got about 3 questions there for you, Ty. Give us the lowdown here.
Because everybody is so individual, as they come in the door, first it just starts with a set of questions. Are you using the shoes for walking? Are you running? Have you had something that's worked for you in the past or not? Please bring your old shoes in with you so we can kind of analyze them. Are we dealing with any injuries? So I think a critical part of it is just the initial assessment. Before we even start trying on shoes, so much can be learned about what you may need. And then we can get you in a pair of shoes and start watching you move. Once we do that, then it's this combination. We really don't ever want to feel like we're selling anything. We're just in this process. We're trying to help you buy. And so once we figure out the correct support category, then we're going to try a bunch of different brands on. We're going to have you walking them, jogging them. We've got, and actually both stores, we have a little hill. You can take them out outside and run up and down the street and see how they feel. And, asking questions about which one feels the smoothest, which one feels the best under your foot. But we'll do our job to make sure that the shoes are stable enough, and then the customer's job is to make sure that they just feel great. So when they leave the door, they are excited about going to use them. If we can keep them in a product that works really well, they're excited about you, and they'll stay more consistent with it and have fun doing it. And so shoes are one part of it, and then we also want to see what they're wearing. There are some awesome materials out there to run in that are moisture-wicking materials. Our climate, you're always wet. Whether you're running or walking or anything here, it's wet here. And so having the right materials against your skin, whether it be socks that keep you from getting blisters or shirts that aren't 100% cotton that stick to your skin. So much of the process is made with the customer and the conversation of what has worked and what hasn't worked for them in the past, and then we go from there.
Tell me, Ty, once you get someone in a shoe, and that person has maybe been sitting around. I can't tell over the years being a physical therapist how many times I've seen patients excited to I'm going to go do a half marathon and start training for it. They go out too fast, too soon, maybe with old shoes, not the right shoes. How do I get started?
Yeah, I think that's true. And I think we want to create this as something that's a lifestyle. I mean, as you get started with it, you want to make sure you stick with it. And so I think picking the right plan, which is starting slow. We start slow. We can make sure we stay healthy. We're not wanting to increase our intensity or duration too much. Those are the 2 things that get us. Look at some different plans. Look at a plan that's attainable that you'll stay with for a long time. I like to find a variety of routes. Maybe in my neighborhood I'm going to go sightseeing. Maybe somebody drives me somewhere. So change it up a little bit. Running is so cool because you can just go from anywhere and you can go see things. And I also say find a friend, find a group. If you can get those 2 or 3 things nailed that will keep you going at this so you're not just doing it for 3 months and then stopping, I think our goal is to kind of make this a healthy lifestyle choice for you, and if we can be a part of that process, the better.
Yep, I'm motivated. I'm off the couch and onto the path here, Ty. Thank you so much for your information. You folks at Super Jock and Jill do a great job. What a great resource for the running community here in the Puget Sound. Thank you for your time, Ty.
Thanks a lot. We sure appreciate being a part of it.
All right, you've been listening to Ty Whitten from Super Jock and Jill talking about the importance of getting good-fitting running shoes, and that's certainly a reason a lot of people have problems, Shannon. They just don't have shoes that are right for their gait, and Ty can help you with that.
You're absolutely right, Tom. I mean, the neat thing that Ty and his crew, what they do at Super Jock and Jill, they come in, they watch you walk, watch you run, assess your mechanics, and then put a shoe on you that's going to support your foot and your running program.
All right, thanks again to Ty. We'll be back with our final segment after this timeout on Northwest News Radio.